Now let us study a new topic, that is modular arithmetic. Modular arithmetic is nothing but a division, but this division is done for the repeated actions only. For example, day and night. This is a repeated action, isn't it? Cyclic actions. Day, night, it will comes cyclically. Then days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then again Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, isn't it? So this is also a cyclic action like that. Seasons in a year. So represent these things to find some details. We are using this modular arithmetic. Okay. So now let's study what is congruence modulo. Two integers, I am taking the two integers as a and b. The two integers a and b are congruence modulo n. Congruence modulo n if, when we can say this one a and b congruence modulo n, if the difference between these numbers, that means a minus b, the difference between these two numbers is a multiple of this n. Okay, that means some number into n, that means kn, for some integer n here, k here. Okay, so if the two integers, the difference between the two integers will be equal to the multiple of n, then we can say the two integers a and b are congruence modulo n. Okay, so we can write this as a minus b equal to k into n for some integer k. This can be also written as a congruent to, this is the symbol, congruent to b mod n. Okay, so this can be written as a congruent to b mod n, and also this can be written as like this also, a minus b equal to some k into n. One important note, a positive integer, I am taking a positive integer. This positive integer is divided by n. Okay, just assume like this, a positive integer divided by n. Then what are the possible remainders? Sometimes it completely divisible by n, so that the remainder is 0. Then sometimes the remainder is 1, because the positive integer is what number it may be, isn't it? 0, 1, 2, etc. It is up to n minus 1, isn't it? If it is n, it is completely divisible. So the remainder, possible remainders are 0 to up to n minus 1. That means the remainders are always less than this divisor n. Another one note, two integers a and b are congruent modulo n. It can be written as a congruent to b mod n, isn't it? Then the two integers a and b leaves the same remainder when divided by n. So we can write this as a congruent to b mod n. Now let's see a theorem. Theorem number 5. A, B, C and D are integers and m is the positive integers such that if a congruent to b mod m and C congruent to D mod m, then if these two are given, then we can write the first one, A plus C congruent to B plus D mod m. Okay, we can write like this. Second one is a subtraction. A minus C congruent to B minus D mod m. Second one. Third one, division. A into C congruent to B into D mod m. Okay. Then we have one more theorem similar to this one. See, theorem number 6. If A congruent to B mod m, then we can multiply any constant in this left and right side, and also we can add or subtract the particular constant. See, here the constant is C. A into C, multiply C here and here. So A into C congruent to B into C mod M. Then we can add or subtract the constant to left and right side, that is A plus or minus C congruent to B plus or minus C mod M for any integer C. Now let's see an example. We have to divide 61 by 7. Okay, then we have to write this in a modulo method. Okay, so see, 61 divided by 7. Divide this, you will get 8 7s are 56. The remaining here 5. So the 5 is the remainder. So this can be written as 61 congruent to, what is the remainder here? 5, isn't it? 5 mod, what is the divisor? 7. So we can write like this. 61 congruent to 5 mod 7. Okay. Now, we already studied that if A congruent to B mod N, then we can write A minus B equal to some K into N, isn't it? Now take this 5 to the left side. 61 minus 5 equal to some K into 7. 61 minus 5 is what? 56, which is equal to some K into 7. What is the K here? Some number into 7 is 56. What is that number? That is 8. Now let's see an example. Example 2.11. Find the reminders when 70,004 and 778 is divided by 7. So we have to find the reminders when these two numbers is divided by 7. Okay, don't use the normal method, normal division. Here we have to use the congruent modulo method. So first take this 70,004. Okay, so first I am going to take 70,000 only. 70,000. Okay, so when this 70,000 is divided by 7, what will be the remainder? It is 0, isn't it? It is completely divisible by 7. 70,000 is divisible by 7. So the remainder is 0. We can write this as 70,000 congruent to 0 mod 7. What is the meaning of this? When 70,000 is divided by 7, the remainder is 0, isn't it? Now add 4 to the left side and right side. Already we have studied in theorem number 6. We can add any constant numbers. So by that we can add the 4 to the both side, left and right side. So 70,000 plus 4 congruent to 0 plus 4 mod 7. So what is 70,000 plus 4? 70,000 and 4 congruent to 4 mod 7. Okay. So what is the remainder here? 4. So 4 is the remainder when 70,004 is divided by 7. Now let's see the second one. The number is 778. Here I am going to take 777. It is very clear 777 is divided by 7. The remainder here is 0, isn't it? So we can write this as 777 congruent to 0 mod 7. Okay. Now we can add 1 to the left and right sides so that you will get 777 plus 1 congruent to 0 plus 1 mod 7. So add this 778 congruent to 1 mod 7. So what is the remainder here? 1 is the remainder when 778 is divided by 7. Example 2.12. Determine the value of D such that 15 congruent to 3 mod D. It is given 15 congruent to 3 mod D. We have to find the value of D. We know that if this is written like this, we can write 15 minus 3 equal to some k into d. Isn't it? If a congruent to b mod n, we can write a minus b equal to some k into n. Likewise, here also we can write 15 minus 3 equal to some k into d. What is 15 minus 3? It is 12. 12 equal to k into d. Okay. So, which means k into d. What is the meaning of this? Product of two numbers is 12, isn't it? That means this d divides 12, isn't it? So, what are the divisors of 12? The divisors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Okay, these are the divisors of 12. But here we need the value d greater than 3. Isn't it? Greater than 3. So we can't take up to 3 because the remainder is 3 here. That's why. So take more than 3. So the values are 4, 6 and 12. So these are the values for d. Example 2.13. Find the least positive value of x such that two questions are given. First one is 67 plus x congruent to 1 mod 4. 67 plus x congruent to 1 mod 4. So this can be written as 67 plus x minus 1 equal to 4 into some integer. So you can take it as k or n. Okay, 4 into n. 67 minus 1 is 66 plus x equal to 4n. So, what is the meaning of this one? This 66 plus x is divisible by 4, isn't it? So, let us check such possibilities. 66 is divided by 4 or not? 1 4 is 4, remaining 2, 6. 6 4s are 24, remaining 2. So, there is a remainder. So, 66 is not divisible by 4. Next, check 66 plus 1. Take the value for x as 1. So, 66 plus 7. It is an odd number. It is not divisible by 4, isn't it? Next, check 66 plus 2. That is 68. 68 is divisible by 4 or not? 1 4 is 4. Yes, correct. 7 4s are 28. So 68 is divisible by 4. So here 66 plus this x should be 2. Then only this is possible. Okay, so the least value for x is 2. Okay. Next, there is some more values are there because 68 plus 4 is 72. 72 also divisible by 4. But here we need a least value. Okay, so we are taking this value. X for 2 is the answer here. Second one, 98 congruent to x plus 4 mod 5. So this can be written as 98 minus x plus 4 equal to 5 into some integer, that is n. So 98 minus, multiply minus inside, minus x minus 4 equal to 5n. 98 minus 4 is 94 minus x equal to 5n. The meaning of this is 94 minus x is divisible by 5, isn't it? So, which number we have to subtract from 94 to get the multiple of 5? Otherwise, to divide by 5, if we remove this 4 from this, we will get 90, isn't it? 90 is divisible by 5. So, we have to subtract 4 from this. So, the value of x will be 4. Okay, so this is the least value. Example 2.14. Solve 8x congruent to 1 mod 11. Here we have to find the value of x. We know that 8x congruent to 1 mod 11 can be written as 8x minus 1 equal to 11 into some k. Okay, so 11k for some integer k. Now we know we have to find the value of x, so transpose this minus 1 to the right side, so that you will get 8x equal to 11k plus 1. So what is x? X equal to 11k plus 1 by 8. So here this value should be divisible by 8. So we have to find such values in the numerator. So see, if you apply in the place of k 1, what will you get? 11 into 1, 11 plus 1, 12. 12 is not divisible by 8. Okay, so if you apply the value for k as 5, you will get 11 into 5, 55 plus 1, 56. So 56 is divisible by 8. So the first value for k will be 5. Okay, so what will be the next value? Add 8 with this. You will get 13. So 13 is the next value which should divisible by 8. When we apply the value of k in the place of k, it will be divisible by 8, isn't it? So if you apply 5, it will divisible. Then 13, well, when you apply 13 in the place of k, it will divisible. Then the next number, how will you find? Add 8 with this 13. It is 21. So at if k equal to 21, this whole value will divisible by 8. So these are the values for k. Okay. So now let's find what is the value for x. So x equal to, first apply 5, so that you will get 56 by 8. So what is the value here? It is 7. Next one, x equal to, value for k is 13. So 11 into 13 plus 1 by 8, which is equal to 11 into 13 is 143 plus 1 by 8, which is equal to 144 divided by 8. It is 18. Okay, so the values for x are, that means the solutions are 7, 18, 29, 40 and so on. Example 2.15. Compute x such that 10 power 4 congruent to x mod 19. So here we have to find the value of x. Here 10 power 4 is given. Let us take 10 power 2. What is 10 power 2? It is 100, isn't it? Which is congruent to, here some value will come, mod 19. So here we have to write the remainder when 19 is divisible by 100. Okay. So first divide 100 by 19. 5 19s are 95. Remaining 5. So here the remaining is 5. So 100 congruent to 5 mod 19. Here we have 10 power 4. So we have to square this. 10 power square, the whole square congruent to 5 square mod 19. So this is 10 power 4 congruent to, what is 5 square? It is 25. 25 mod 19. See here, the remainder is 25, divisor is 19. Here, while dividing, the remainder should be less than the divisor, isn't it? So once again divide this 25 by 19. 119 is 19, remaining 6. So you can write here as 10 power 4 congruent to 6 mod 19. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 6 is the answer. Example 2.16. Find the number of integer solutions of 3x congruent to 1 mod 15. Here we have to find the number of integer solutions for this one. That means we have to find the value for x, but the values should be an integer. Okay. So first 3x congruent to 1 mod 15. This can be written as 3x minus 1 equal to 15, some integer that is k. Okay. So we know we need the value of x, so keep this x here, remaining terms to the right side. 3x equal to 15k plus 1. What is x? X equal to 15k plus 1 by 3, which is equal to 15k by 3 plus 1 by 3. Cancel this. 5k plus 1 by 3. See here, this is a fraction, isn't it? Since 1 by 3 is a fraction, adding a fraction with any other number, it gives a fraction again as answer, isn't it? It will not give the integer value. So here, in this condition, there is no integer solution. No integer solution for this.